Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nate. Today I'm heading up the road, about an hour up the road to the same place where I picked up that backhoe last year, because I got something else that I'm going to be picking up and it's going to be awesome. Alright, let me get my truck started here right quick.
When reading the jury in front.
This thing should fire right up. Every time. Well, y'all, we made it. We're back home. So let me show you what we got. So here it is. This is a 4000 Ford in all its glory. It's got a 6-foot bush hog on there. So I got this from the same guy that I got that backhoe from last year. He had told me that he was going to be selling this this year about this time. It's right now the middle of May right now, middle towards the end of May. So I said okay, yeah, let me know, because I'm kind of interested in it. So he contacted me, we agreed on a price, and now here it is. So the one thing that really caught my attention about this tractor here is how easy it starts. I mean, it starts like super easy. So let me go ahead and get this thing unloaded, and it's got to put a new U-joint on the bush hog shaft right there. I've got it, just got to put it on there. So let me get this unloaded. So the 4000s are actually the agriculture version of this 4500 here. The only difference being the oil pan down there, right down there, that oil pan. This one here is a cast and not a stamped, and that's because this front bolster right here bolts to that for the strength on this industrial model, and it's got a much heavier front axle right there. But like that transmission on there, on that 4000, will bolt right up to here. This one here is a shuttle shift, of course, so there is no PTO back here. But if you look right down there, there's a square block off plate. Like this back axle here is exactly the same brakes in there. If I got a new cover for right up here with the 3-point lift arms, I could put a 3-point hitch on here. Right down there is where the lift arms would go on it. So these 4500s were made from 1965 to 1975. Like I said, everything's the same as the 4000 except for the oil pan and the front bolster here in the axle. So early 4000s were 4-cylinder. They were 4-cylinder gas and diesel. That one in there, that 4500, and my other 4000 there, they're both 3-cylinder engines. The early 4000s were 4-cylinder, and they came out after like the 800s and 900 Fords. Like this one here, this is a 961 Powermaster. This came out after the 8Ns and the Ford Jubilees. But this one looks a lot like what the 8Ns look like, just a little bit bigger. And this one here is actually a row crop with a wide front axle there. And it's a big tractor, but not as big or heavy as the newer 3-cylinder 4000s that replaced this one. So the 900 series and the 800 Powermaster series, they were made from 1958 to 1962. These are like 62 engine horsepower and 40 PTO horsepower. And these here weigh around, depending on the configuration, about 3,300 pounds. So sometime in 1962, they went from the Powermaster series tractors to the 4000 4-cylinder tractors that were basically the same as the Powermasters. And so the horsepower stayed the same at 62 horsepower, and the PTO went from 40 horsepower on the Powermasters to 42 or 43 on the 4-cylinder 4000s. So then sometime in 1965 through 1968, they went to the 3-cylinder 4000s, and the diesels were a 3.3 liter engine, 3-cylinder engine, and the gas engines were a 3-cylinder 3.1 liter engine. The PTO horsepower from 1965 to 1968 was 45 horsepower, and then sometime in 68 to 75, they bumped the PTO horsepower up to 52 horsepower and the engine to 57 horsepower. Now the diesel stayed at a 3.3 liter, but they bumped up the gas from the 3.1 to a 3.3 liter engine also, which is the same as that 4500 I just showed you. The diesels were a 3.3 liter and the gas was a 3.1 liter. the weight of the 4000 from the 4-cylinder 4000s to the 3-cylinder 4000s went from 3,300 pounds up to 4,900 pounds. That's like unballasted with no weight in the or no water in the tires or anything. So that's a pretty big jump. They're completely two different tractors. I forgot to mention the front nose cones on these industrial models. This 4500 here, that's like 3/8 of an inch thick. I mean, look at how thick it is right there, and the grill's quite a bit stronger too. That versus this one right here, which is like basically just sheet metal. I'm sure that's probably way more than what you wanted to know, but I get super excited about tractors. But enough of the history lesson. We need to get this U-joint on this bush hog here. All right, so I've got my new U-joint here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on this PTO shaft here. This one here is a, I think it's called a, I don't know, class 3. So basically what you do is you're going to take these caps off from from both sides here, and then because this outer side here is a little bit bigger from the inside, it's like tapered in there, so you'll stick that in. Do the same thing from the other side, and put your cross shaft in here and line it up there with those bearings. Do the same thing with this other side here. And then you're going to need to go get you a C-clamp to mash these together with. So let me go do that real quick. All right, so get you a C-clamp or something and just start mashing these two caps together here. And they'll just kind of push in here. All right, I'm just going to use my press here and see if that makes a difference here. Let's see, is it going? Yeah, all right. Okay, now we're going. It's usually not quite this hard, but alright, I think that might be it. Yep, there's it. So you can see the little groove right there where that snap ring goes. So let me do the same thing with this other one here, this other side, get it in there. So there's a little rust right here on the inside that I think I didn't get all the way. Cleaned it a little bit, but I reckon it wasn't enough. So put these snap rings on here and we'll put the other one on. Alright, let me put this grease fitting in here right quick. Then we'll take them caps off and put it on this other shaft here. Alright, now this one here, the caps actually will slide from the inside here all the way through. This, I don't know if this one here will. Yeah, it'll go part of the way. But from this other side, it'll go like pretty much all the way. So there's just a little bit of rust in there that's catching it. So we'll basically just do the same thing. Stick part of that one in, catch this cap right there, then stick this one, this cap in from the outside here. I can put this snap ring on this one here. And we'll catch that one. And then we spin this over here. And we'll take our C-clamp and mash this one down a little bit. This one's going on way easier than what that other one was. So this input shaft right here for the PTO is kind of rusted, so I'm going to put a little grease on that. Just kind of being like outside that way and exposed without that without this PTO shaft on it. This way it's a little bit easier to hopefully slide this on here. Alright, let's see here. That's what I'm talking about. And I've got a new found a bolt here for a new shear bolt. And then I've just got this other snap ring there to put on, which I'm gonna go ahead and do this first. Put this on here first right quick, and then I'll stick that on there. on there good, and that's on there. So stick this bolt in there, and then I just got to get me a lock nut for it, and then I reckon I'll put a little grease on this PTO input shaft here, or output shaft, PTO shaft. I'll know what it is. That way, hopefully this shaft right here will slide on there a little bit easier. And it's got this little button here, you just push up out of the way and snaps right in like that. All right, I got that new U-joint or PTO cross shaft put on there. So let me go ahead and change that oil right quick and we can wrap this video up. All right, let's get that filter changed there. This is just a frame filter from Walmart, PH8A. It's real popular on a lot of different engines. So let me put a little grease on here on this O-ring, and we'll get it stuck back on that tractor. Let's clean up the surface here a bit. Get all this oil off of here. Now all you got to really do is just put this on here like finger tight, like that, and that's all you need. This is just some Shell Rotella, cheap stuff at Walmart. I think it takes like 8 quarts. Let me start this thing up. I'm going to let it run for a minute or so, and then we'll check the oil one more time. Alright, so I've got 6 quarts in here total, so let me check this right click and see where it is. And it's like right up there at the full mark. If I look like I'm sweating today, that's because it is so hot and humid here in Florida. Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. We got a lot done. We got the oil changed on that 4000 Ford. We got the new U-joint on that bush hog. So next thing with this tractor here, we've got a bush hog jog I'm going to be doing. So y'all stay tuned. I hope y'all have a good one. I hope to catch you on the next one.